Well, as you can see, we got a lot going on in the shop here. And we'll explain what this one is. I picked this snowmobile up, no track. Track was all ripped and shredded and the guy had junked the track off it already. But then there's the skis and the suspension for it. And this one right here has a good engine. It's a 580, it runs good. Seems to have good power from what I can tell. So that 580 engine actually is the same as the engine that was in this one. This is a 95 Arctic Cat Cougar 550. In the 580 engine and the 550 engine, it is the exact same engine other than they just put bigger cylinders in them to give it that extra 30 cc's. So it'll actually mount right in this one. Right now, this one ain't got an engine because that engine is over there. And we bought this. This is a mint snowmobile. It's mint from one end to the other. There ain't one thing wrong with this one other than the shot engine. And we'll show you what actually happened to that engine. Okay, this side here is the good side. The cylinder's not scored, the piston's fine. This is the bad side. Can you see that chunk there? Towards the exhaust port. You look in over here. See how the piston ain't round? Chunk broke out of the side of the piston. We'll see if we can get in here from the exhaust valve. You can see that there if my camera focuses. Chunks out, the whole part of that one ring is missing. So, and then that cylinder is also scored up. So that engine there is basically toast. Unless I wanted to put a new piston and then either a new jug or... So we're going to get some of this junk cleaned out of here, get this hood off of here so it don't get wrecked. And we'll look at pulling that engine. Pulling an engine in a snowmobile is easier than you think it is. There's not very much that holds them in. You get the carbs out of there, you get the exhaust off, get the recoil loose, you unplug a couple wire connections, take the belt off if you're not pulling the clutch off like I am. And then you take, in this case, you have to take the radiator hoses all loose from it and make a mess with the antifreeze, but then you got usually 4 bolts that hold the engine down and it's out. Well, it's about 11 o'clock today and it was about 10:30 yesterday when I shot that clip. And the engine is all out of here. And she is in here. Everything is switched over. We're ready to do the first startup of it. Everything's filled. He's getting some gas there in the jug. And then we got to mix some oil in there because I'm not actually 100% sure if this oil injection is going to work. And anytime you rebuild the motor, do anything, it's good to put extra oil in it. But this isn't rebuilt, but we don't know if that's going to work. So you run some oil in with your gas just to make sure that it's going to get oil. And when there's air in this oil injection after you just switched it all over, you want to run some there because the oil's not going to be there right away and you don't want to run it dry. So we got that. I cleaned the carbs and I'm surprised it ran when it was in this snowmobile yet. Those carbs were pretty nasty. But got the exhaust all switched over. I had to use the 550 exhaust. The only difference was this is longer. The can off the other one didn't fit in here, so I used that. After we get her running here, all I gotta do is I gotta put wear bars on the skis, and I actually have some green plastic cover skin things to go underneath there, so I'm gonna put them on. I gotta pull them off another snowmobile yet. We'll get her all going, and then I'll wax my hood, do some armor all on the gas tank and that there because that's plastic, and then use my Meguiar's vinyl polish on the seat. And she'll look like one nice shiny penny. Let's find out if she goes. There's no gas in the fuel lines because I didn't pre-fill the carbs or anything like that, so it's got to suck it straight out of the tank, which I'm hoping it does without having to get some nice shots of prime in there. But let's see if she goes, my 550 to a 580 swap. Yeah, she's sucking gas. Is my fuel on? Yes, it is. Ah, she's getting there. Yeah, maybe she does still need choke. Well, she's done and ready for snow. Gonna be a while before we get snow. But I got her all polished up and cleaned up good. She runs like a champ.